Hi, good evening, Dr. Bodhi.
Good evening to you.
Yes,
All right. Hope everybody's ready to start.
yes,
Yeah. All right. We are going to go straight to number 40, page number 40, please.
okay,
Go 40, and that is under Ratana Sutra.
yeah,
Not 14, 40. 40.
40.
Yeah,
Yeah, yes,
sorry, 40.
yeah,
All right. So there are a few things to explain there. Number 40. Yeah, verse number 12, please. Which is begun.
yes,
Go on. That's right.
okay, yes,
Okay. Number 12. I have explained this, but I would like to go to some of the things written here to explain number 12 and also number 14 later. I have to explain those things which I have not explained. All right, let us read this thing again. Vanappa gubbe yata pussi tagge ගිම්මාන මාසේ පටමස්මින් ගිම්මේ තතූපමං ධම්මවරං අදේසයි. තතූපමං ධම්මවරං අදේසයි. That's the important part I'm trying to elaborate today. Then the next one also Nibbana Gami Paramang Hitaya. Then the rest comes Idampi Buddhe Ratanang Panitang Etena Satchena Suvatyotu. Now the Buddha is the noble, supreme noble intellectuality. That is what we said every here and now. Anyway, now the third line says, Tatupamang Dhamma Varang Adesai. So you get Tatupamang, one sound, Dhamma, second sound, Varang, third sound, Adesai, fourth sound. So there are four sounds there of the Magadhi language. So there are four sounds. Tatupamang, Dhamma, Varang, Adesai. Tatupamang means this particular person or the individual. Tatupamang. Dhamma. Now a lot of people are describing Dhamma as the teachings of the Buddha, and all sort of things are going on in the world. But this particular part explains exactly what Dhamma is. Dhamma Varang. Varang is a reward. Varang is a reward. Two sounds. Dhamma Varang. That reward of Dhamma. What Dhamma Buddha is talking about. Okay, that's the question to be asked here. Tatupamang, this particular person is rewarded with Dhamma, and this person is going to replace everything in the system or the interior with this Dhamma. Adesai means that. Adesai is the next word, means that person is going to replace everything with that. Send all the contaminated things from the system and bring this one Dhamma. Now, what is Dhamma? Dhamma is something to contain which will allow you to bring the speed to the neutral level. Otherwise, that Dhamma is not good for your system. So what are you going to contain? is Dhamma. Through that, the next line tells what will happen because it's cause and effect. So Buddha says in the next line, Nibbana Gami Paramang Hitaya, who is going for the bliss of Nibbana. That is the main objective of this person. So to bring about Nibbana, what to be contained in the system? To bring the speed down to the neutral level. So if you look at all these things that I just said, we have to look at what this Dhamma is. So I have explained that Dhamma on page 41, please, the real or particular Dharma Buddha was talking about. That is on page 41. Let us read that very slowly and very carefully and mindfully to understand each and every part. So this Dhamma is explained as Sapta Bojjanga Dhamma. Those are Magadhi terms. Sapta is 7. Sorry. Bojjanga means, what is Bojjanga? That's the next one. Bojjanga is, it is confined to the intellectual, noble intellectuality. It is related to the noble intellectuality, nothing else. Confined to that, related to that, it is for that, nothing else other than for the or supreme noble intellectuality, these Dhamma or containments. Why? Those Dhamma brings the speed of the person to the neutral level, which explained here and written by me, but it is to be seen in that manner. So these are the Dhamma. Dhamma is nothing but, of course, they are the things said and done by the Buddha. Of course, you can take it like that, but we have to go a little bit further because this Dhamma is to bring the speed to the neutral level. This Dhamma to be contained in our system. So we can't keep every Dhamma in our system. There are certain Dhamma that we have to keep in our mind or the system or the interior, I would say. I don't want to use the term mind because mind is a myth. So therefore, I use the term interior. Okay? I don't want to use
Okay.
the term mind because people use the term mind. No, mind is a myth. Buddha said that. So therefore, it develops all the hurtful thoughts. Thoughts are myths. They are, they are not, they are fictitious, I would say. They are fake and myth. The Buddha gave all sort of things, terms to explain about the thoughts. Anyway, let us go to the very first element of this Dhamma. Sapta means 7. Bojjanga is related to or confined to noble or supreme noble intellectuality. Dhamma is the containments or the containments to bring the speed to the neutral level. All these explanations are important. Figure out what Sapta Bojjanga Dhamma means. There are 7 given here. I'll give you a very important or interesting point here in the second one, but we'll go to the very first one, which is explained as Sati Sabbojjanga. The first one is explained as Sati Sabbojjanga. Sati Sabbojjanga. Sati has to be contained in the interior, that is to bring about the supreme noble intellectuality. To bring the supreme noble intellectuality, here comes the very first one to keep in the interior of a human being. Sati Sabbojjanga. So it is directly related to metta that we learned or in the past few days. Metta. If comfort brings to the system from metta, then that person realizes one's system operates impartially, and that is said to be sati. Sati is nothing but impartiality. Impartially, you are working with the world, or you are dealing with the world with impartiality, then you are with sati. It's some people say mindfulness. No, that is not the word to be used. Mindfulness is not sati. Sati is upekha, impartiality, 100% impartiality. Sati sabbojjanga. Then once you contain sati in your interior of the system, you're going to release or discard or overcome or send the things away of all the contaminants. So once you clean up the system by throwing away all the contaminants which are hurting you, is called Dhamma Vichaya, not Vijaya, it is Vichaya. That is the second one. Dhamma Vichaya. So you are taking out all the unnecessary things from the system. So that is called Dhamma, means containments which are hurting you, to be thrown away. Dhamma Vijaya, since the system operates impartiality and neutrally, nothing is contained in the system of this person to produce high speed, that is unwholesome containments, contaminants. Within as the past, then the state of the system is said to be Dhamma Vichaya. Vichaya means taken out, clean up, purify.
Yes.
Vichaya. All right, so first one is going back to Sati's upekha, impartiality. A person who is maintaining or sustaining impartiality in the interior of that system doesn't want to bring any sort of hurtful thoughts or elements into the system. Therefore, they are thrown away or discarded immediately, and they are then and there they are thrown away. They're not going to bring them into the system for any reason. So Dhamma Vichaya Sabbojjanga, that's another item in the system. That particular, I would say, that particular attitude, it's an attitudinal element of the normal intellectuality. We say it's a supreme noble intellectuality. That is a feature of that particular intellectuality which comes from sati. It coming from sati, the first one, sati gives the next one. So it's cause and effect again. So sati and Dhamma Vichaya gives the third one, Virya Sambojjanga. What is Virya? Viriya is the strength, the potential, the capability to do what? To sustain the first two, Sati and Dhamma Vijaya. Within is said to be Vijaya. So, sorry, Viriya. So, Viriya is nothing but it is the ability that you have acquired or attained through Sati and Dhamma Vijaya. So you have acquired certain amount of ability or potential according to your, ability or your strength. So different people have different virya. All are not going to have the same virya. This has to be practiced again. Develop a skill on these things to maximize their strengths. Sati, maximize. So for example, I may have 50% Sati or Upekka, 50% ignorance or expectations. When I have expectation, that is coming from ignorance or moha. 50% impartiality is coming from Sati or Upekka. No expectations. So if I increase that to 60% Sati, then the 40% no Sati. When there is no Sati, it is called the conscious. It is called the mind. Because the part of that, the mind is working for 40%, Upeksha is working for 60%. Can you understand that?
Yeah, a little.
Sure? Difficult to understand what I said? So you
Yes, I can. I can.
You can. Okay. Now you can't have the upekka straight away at once. Some people can if we can meet the Buddha and like the people who met Buddha straight away got 100% upeksha, but that has been developed for a longer period of their lives in the past lives, and they come to that stage. Luckily, it triggered that when they saw the Buddha or listen to Buddha, then they can bring up that to the 100%. But generally speaking, it has to be developed little by little for a layman. So that virya varies from person to person. All right, we go back to 1, 2, 3 again because this is so important and you need to emphasize this all the time and consolidate in your system or comprehend that properly, little by little. So sati comes from metta. Metta is no expectations. Once you promote the metta to the extreme or the maximum, yes, you can get the impartiality to the maximum. But people are not that great to get the maximum metta. So say somebody has got 60-70% metta, to the same degree of metta, that person is going to sustain sati or upekka or impartiality. So therefore, it is going to reject all the containments which are hurting the system. That is called Dhamma Vichaya. Now see, Dhamma Vichaya. So why Buddha didn't say Dhamma, but Buddha said Dhamma Vichaya. Take that Dhamma out. So what is that Dhamma? It can't be the teachings of the Dhamma. When you say Dhamma Vichaya. So that is a point where that definition, Dhamma as the teachings of the Buddha, is going to be a problem. There's a conflict there. So Buddha said Dhamma Vichaya. So it's take the Dhamma out. What Dhamma? The hurting Dhamma. So So that Dhamma is not to be contained, specifically mentioned there. So therefore, those are the containments. So the Dhamma means containments bringing the higher speeds. Because when you contain something, how that hurts you through the four Buddha. We studied that. Compression, squeezing,
Warming up,
vibration and freezing and, warming
vibration,
up. Yeah, that's right.
vibrating.
Yeah. So that brings higher speeds within the system. So we don't want that. So that has to be sent out. So Dhamma Vichaya. So that's a very good point for you to confirm that Dhamma is not what Buddha has preached. Teachings of the Buddha is the best term to use. Buddha's teachings, not Dhamma. All right. So Dhamma can be good and bad. Whatever Dhamma is contained, that is containment. Whatever contains bring calmness, that is good Dhamma. Whatever contains in the system brings hurtful outcomes or consequences, they are bad Dhamma. Okay?
Yes.
I'm going to go pretty slowly because it's just so important. So when
Yes.
you develop these two, Sati and Dhamma Vichaya, you get the Virya. Virya is your strength, the ability, the potential to do what?
Yes.
To deal with the outside world without hurting you. It is like a skill that you are going to develop. You are developing a skill. Then, once you have got these three parts in your system, Sati, Dhamma, Vichaya, and Virya, once you have got all these aggregates in your system, yes, of course, you develop them little by little. You come to a stage where you are very pleased with where you are now. You are very pleased with where you are now. So that is called Preeti. Pleased with the outcomes of this practice. That is called Preeti. In some situation, people say Preeti is happiness. No. Don't use the word happiness there, then you are going backwards. If you are experiencing a happiness, the happiness will die out. Buddha said happiness is becoming sorrow. So therefore, Preeti Sabbonjanga, in some text it says happiness that you have acquired through these three. Sati, Dhamma, Vijaya and Virya. No, that is a confidence with please with the things that you have arrived at or developed. Can you see the difference of that? Preeti?
Yes. Yes. Agree with you. Yes.
Along those lines, you can't go wrong at any time.
Yes, I can. I can as well.
Yeah. Your thinking power will develop. So therefore, next one also another reminder. Next item, we'll go to that in a minute. So again, I would like to emphasize these four. How beautiful Buddha has presented these things, just imagine. One after the other, telling what is happening to us, very well explained. Sati Sambojjhanga. Then automatically or effortlessly system rejects the things which are hurting. So that is Dhamma Vichaya. So once you develop that, it will happen automatically or effortlessly. Until such time, we have to develop as much as we can while dealing with the outside world. Then we develop our virya. So once you develop the virya with the first two, then here comes the morality, some sort of a boosting your practice, some sort of a boosting is going on through the preeti, that is, you are pleased with what you have obtained. So that's the boosting the morale within the system. So it allows you to go forward instead of backwards. So you feel like going forward and go to the next item and the next and the next. We'll see what they are. So we have said 4 now. We go to the fifth one. Pasaddi. Pasaddi is the next one. Now I want to explain something here. When you say pasaddi, there are two sounds again. Remember that, please. Pas addi, pas addi, pas addi, pas addi, pas addi. Passa. What is passa? We have studied in dependent origination, passa paccaya vedana. Passa. We have studied passa paccaya vedana, paccaya tanha, paccaya upadana, paccaya bhava. Passaddi. Here is not passa. Passa addi. Passa addi means it is not. Passa means you are going to touch. Here it says not going to touch. So it is the opposite of passa. Is passa addi is opposite of passa. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Passa addi means opposite of passa. What is passa? You studied passa in other lectures. Passa means you are touching. You like to touch. But here,
Touch.
or touch or attach or react. But you don't attach or react. Doesn't attach or react. That is passaddi.
Yes.
It's the right opposite of attachment. Passa means passa paccaya vedana. Avidya paccaya sankara. Sankara paccaya vinyana. Vinyana paccaya namarupa. Namarupa paccaya salayatana. Salayatana paccaya passa. Salayatana means 6 senses are going to touch the outside world for happiness. But here, not passa, it says passaddi. No attachment. So that is exactly what it is. It is the opposite of passa is passaddi. Opposite of passa. Okay, write it here. That's so important. Opposite of passa is passaddi. You need to remember that.
Yes.
Is passaddi. Now see, there are two sounds. Passa, passaddi. No, I'm not going to attach. Passaddi means no attachment. So here, if you read what I have written here, the process of the system doesn't attach with worldly sources. It is very true, because when you are with Dhamma, when you are with Sati, Dhamma Vijaya, Virya, Preeti, then that will come automatically, no attachment, positive or negative, as in the past, with the 6 senses. That is exactly what I have written there. Make sense?
Yes.
Easy to understand, I think now. You are not attaching, because should not get confused with the term passa and passaddi. Passaddi is negative of passa. Passa means attachment. Passaddi means no attachment. All right?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, happy to go to the next one. Yeah. Then the another two are there, samadhi and upekha. Samadhi. Now the question is, am I going to stick to this path, this particular path? Am I going to stick to this path? Which path? The path is very clear. Sati, Dhammavijaya, Viriya, Preeti, Passaddhi. This is the path that I have come through so far. I come through Sati, Dhammavijaya, Viriya, Preeti, Passaddhi. These are all Sambojjhanga. Now see, after every term it says some Bojjhanga, Sambojjhanga, Sambojjhanga. Sangbojjhanga. It's making you calm. Bojjhanga is, they are confined to, related to the intellectuality. All right, noble, supreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, just think about these things over and over again to find out what they are. It's quite interesting. Samadhi. So you feel like being with them. Why? The outcome is so pleasing, so calmful, so peaceful. So actions of the system are free from strong attachment, have the potential to associate with anything in a relaxed mood or relaxed and peaceful manner. Now this system is free from attraction, and retraction means no karma. There's no place for karma. And thus it can be carried out action without creating vibrations within, and that ability is said to be samadhi. So you have developed a skill, samadhi, which helps you to sustain that calmness within the system. So from sati, we have come up to this particular point of samadhi. Then when you are in that, when you are maintaining those things, eventually you come to the stage of upekha. That is the last one. The seventh one, if you go to the next one, says upekha. Upekha is total impartiality, serenity, and tranquility. Now, excuse me. If you go back to the verse number, which verse is that? Number 12. Related to this, which verse is that? Yeah, number 12. You go to number 12. Now see, third line. Third line, this person is Dhamma Varang Adesai. Now this person has got a reward about Dhamma to sustain or to keep. To Adesai means to replace everything with Dhamma, the seven Dhamma, to bring the speed to that. So it's not, Dhamma is not the teachings of the Buddha only, because if you say Dhamma is teachings of the Buddha, because Dhamma Vichaya is there. So Dhamma Vichaya is, some Dhamma must be taken out. So therefore Dhamma Vichaya also there. So here it says this person is equipped with Dhamma to replace everything with Dhamma. Dhamma, so which Dhamma? We have to figure out which Dhamma Buddha is talking about. The fourth line tells us which Dhamma. Nibbanagami paramang hitaya. Whatever Dhamma brings the calmness. That is how you analyze. Which Dhamma Buddha is talking about? There are two types of Dhamma. Some Dhamma are troubling us. Some Dhamma are helping us. So what is Dhamma? Some containments are helping us. Some containments are not helping us to calm down the system. So that is how you detect the meaning of this Dhamma here. So Dhamma has to be, that term Dhamma has to be understood clearly. I believe you have understood what I said so far.
Yes.
Now see, that's so important. So I thought of having that and another one. Other one is again with this particular, this is a part of what we have studied, just explaining what these noble, supreme, noble, intellectual aggregates or the qualities, I would say the qualities of 7 qualities, or we say 7 factors of enlightenment. That is how it is explained. If you go down to the 7 factors of enlightenment that we discussed just now, the Sati Sambojjhanga, Dhamma Vicaya, Viriya, Priti, Passaddhi, Samadhi, Upekha. Those are the 7 factors of enlightenment. Now you have understood, you have learned the 7 factors of enlightenment straight away, which is good. All right?
Thank you.
That's all right. Okay, now we go to the last one of this particular one, the 16. No, not 16, sorry. It was a mistake. The last one is the 14 because other 3 are about Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. So I'm looking at number 14, sorry, page number 43. Page number 43. This is
43.
43, thank you, that's the one. Now, again, we'll just be with that one, please. Again, there is an interesting thing here in 14. Look at the 4th line. Nibbanti dhira yatayang panito. Nibba. Earlier one, if you go back to 12, what it says? Nibbana gami paramang hitaya. Nibbana gami paramang hitaya. Nibbana gami paramang hitaya, the 4th line. When you come to the 14 says Nibbanti dhira yatayam padipo. Now see, similar sounds. Nibba, Nibbana, Nibba. Nibbanti dhira. Dhira is this what you call the clever person. Dhira. This clever person is with Nibbana. Full calmness. Yatayam padipo. It's, some sort of enlightenment. Or some sort of lighting.
Yes.
Pradipo means lighting. So the system is lighting with Nibbana. That is Dhira. Yatayam Pradipo. Yatayam means inside. The interior. Is with a light of, is lighting with Nibbana. That is exactly what it is. Now, who is this person? Now, the person is explained in here. There is a sutra called page 44. Yeah, page 44. You go to 44. maybe 43 to start with, sorry. 43, the light right at the bottom. Okay, 43. It says, Sangha Sobenti Sutra. Sangha Sobenti Sutra somewhere. On 44. Yeah, 44. I think. Yeah. You go to 44, little bit. Yeah. Thank you. Now see, we'll read that. The following qualities, namely, there are qualities given by the Buddha. I'll read that. In the Sangha Sobenti Sutra. What is Sangha Sobenti Sutra? Sangha is the monk or the venerable. Sangha. Sobenti Sutra. Sobenti means Sangha is lighting with these qualities. Sangha Sobenti Sutra. Buddha said, the Sangha who is possessing, the Sangha who is possessing these qualities is called the Sangha by myself. I say, Buddha says this in the Sangha Sobenti Sutra. I endorse the people who are possessing the above qualities as Sangha. Who are they? Vyakta, first one is Vyakta, Vinita, Visharada, Baustruta, Dhammadara, Dhammanu Dhamma Patipanna. Again, the term Dhamma coming 3 times here. Vyakta, Vinita, Visharada, Baustruta, Dhammadara, Dhammanu Dhamma Patipanna. It is not very difficult to understand, although the sounds are not familiar to us, the Magadhi language, but the meanings are fairly straightforward. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, we go slowly. Vyakta. Vyakta. What is Vyakta? The life is totally devoted to do away with hunting the world sources. So Vyakta means that person knows the consequences of searching for happiness from outside world 100%. That is Vyakta. How that was acquired? That person has mastered how the system works with the outside world, how the 6 senses are working with the outside world has been investigated to the extreme by this person. So everything about that 6 senses working with the outside world, previously the past, and now after developing all these qualities, that person can assess that positively and negatively, things that acquired or developed skills, all those things are put into the mind, and not the mind, the system, and we can assess what is the situation when I attach to them, what is the situation when I'm not attached to them. So that is Vyakta. Vyakta is everything about dealing with outside world is mastered by this person totally. That is Vyakta. Eloquent. English term I try to find out. Eloquent, but I don't know whether that will give you the term correctly, but the term given by the Buddha is Vyakta. As long as you know what it is from the normal writing, knows the consequences of being with the outside world for happiness and not being with them for happiness. So both are easy to assess. So that is Vyakta. Vyakta is the first one. Then the next one is very easy. Vinita, very calmful person. Now this person is going to be very polite, very calmful, very, very peaceful, because that person doesn't believe in being with the outside world for happiness anymore. Vyakta, Vinita, that comes automatically. Again, cause and effect. Cause and effect. If you are
Yes.
Vyakta, your Vinita quality comes straight away. So two qualities are said here, Buddha says. Vyakta and Vinita.
Yeah.
All right. Vyakta, Vinita, Visharada. That's a good one. Visharada is not the person who has studied all the subjects in the world, knows about the science and all sort of things. No. That is not the Visharada. Scholar, scholarly person. That's the term comes from the dictionary. But after finding out, but here Buddha says that person does not know the subjects that we have studied, but that person knows. Intelligent enough to become skilled with calmness, righteous attitudes. That person has the ability to live the life calmful. That skill is developed. May not be educated enough to know everything in the world, but thoroughly equipped with the skill to save oneself from fearful suffering. No suffering at all. So that is called the Visharada. So Vyakta, not believing happiness from outside world, that is Vyakta. Vinita is the six senses are completely controlled. Visharada means know how to deal with the outside world without hurting that person, him or herself. The next quality is intellectuality. What is this intellectuality that we were talking about in different times? It is you free the world and free from the world. He knows how to free the world and free from the world to live peacefully. You free the world and free from the world. Knows all the techniques to free oneself from the fake, elusive figurines that could get consolidated within. That is mean Upadana Rupa are not moving here and there in the system at all. And thereby get an opportunity to effectively and efficiently liberate this process of the system from unsatisfactory, sorrowful cycle of becoming or hurtful changes. What are the hurtful changes? The Bhuta. No Bhuta is moving here and there in the system. So these four are important. Vyakta, Vinita, Visharada, Bahustuta. Now you know the qualities of a noble monk. The next two are very important and easy. Dhammadhara. What is containing? That's exactly what we talked about. Dhammadhara. Containing the 7 factors of enlightenment. That's why I explained that before coming to this. So 7 factors of enlightenment are contained in this particular system. What are they? Sati Sambojjanga, Dhamma Vichaya Sambojjanga, Priti Sambojjanga, Virya Sambojjanga, Samadhi Sambojjanga, and Upekka Sambojjanga. These are the 7 factors of enlightenment which we just explained, are sitting with this person, associate with this person. Dhamma Dara. Dara means containing. What Dhamma? The 7 factors of enlightenment. Those are the Dhamma. Sitting with or associating or containing in this particular system to deal with any situation. Deal with any situation, that is what is contained. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, now this person is a true follower of the method spelled out in 7 factors of enlightenment, which we discussed just now. Sati Sambojjhanga to Upekka Sambojjhanga. So therefore, this life is full of Dhammanu Dhamma Patipanna. Patipanna means going along these 7 Bojjhanga, or the qualities confined to this noble, supreme noble intellectuality, always there within this particular system. Nothing else. Dhammanu Dhamma Patipanna. So this person is going along with those Dhamma. Dhammanu Dhamma. Dhammanu means those things. Dhamma means contained. Those things contain and moving with them Patipanna. 7 factors. If I explain that Dhammanu Dhamma Patipanna again, Dhammanu means 7 factors of enlightenment. They are Dhamma, giving the peacefulness. So Dhammanu. Dhamma means those are contained in the interior. Patipanna means moving along with them always. Dhammanu Dhamma Patipanna. So if you look at these qualities again, Vyakta, Vinita, Visharada, Baustuta, Dhammadara, Dhammanu Patipanna. Vyakta, Vinita, Visharada, Baustuta, Dhamma. You know exactly what these terms are now. Make sense?
Yeah.
So you know exactly what they are. How that was developed through metta. So metta is a very strong power. Once you develop metta, that can bring us all these qualities to our system. Depending on the amount of metta that you have developed. If you have developed a lot of metta, then these qualities are going to enhance. Any questions, please? You can ask if you got any question.
Yeah, I can follow you a little. There is a logical relationship, a closely logical relationship.
Mhm. Which one is that?
Matter is a tool, is a cause. It can cause the benefits.
I didn't get it quite clearly what you said. Sorry. Can you say that again? Is there
Uh,
anything that you can't understand here?
yes, I can understand the 7 factors. Yes, and it has the it has
Sequence. Yeah, the cause and effect. Yeah, that's right.
yeah cause and effect.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Mhm.
you explain the matter and the 7 factors. It's the relationship.
Yeah. So you got the relationship of 7 factors very well?
Yes,
That's good.
I can touch it, but my English is very lowly.
It doesn't matter. You take your time. So we can go through that again and again. It's all right because those are very subtle things not easy to understand. As a beginner, it's not easy. I know that. It's not that easy to understand, but the way this group is understanding is, fabulous. It's great. I really
Yeah,
appreciate, you are putting all your effort to understand. You are listening very carefully. I just really admire that because that's so
yeah,
important. You
yeah,
don't have
thank
to rush.
you.
You don't have to rush.
Actually, you explained very clearly. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying my best, I am trying my best with my ability, and I'm now weak now, not like those days, as you can imagine. So still, I'm trying my best to explain these things, the value of them, because those are very, very important for a better life, harmful life.
Yes, yes.
So this one is Vyakta Vinita means Vyakta helps to become Vinita, because to become polite, because six senses are very well controlled. Then Visharada, then you can see the things very easily. When the troubles are not there, it's like this, when you come to the Visharada, the righteous attitude comes through what? When you are not, you know, believing the outside world to give you happiness, when your six senses are inert, they are not working the way they work. Now, see, these six senses, Buddha said, they are organizations. Organizations. Buddha named them as organizations. These senses. I'm explaining that in a minute. Why Buddha said they are organizations? What is the prime objective of an organization? Organization is producing things in the world. All organizations are producing things. All right?
Yes.
Producing various things by the organizations. So producing. What are they produce? They produce various things. What are these organizations are producing? They are producing thoughts. Six senses are helping to produce thoughts. So therefore, Buddha named as organizations. Now the organizations are shut down in this system.
Yes, yes.
So they are not working as organizations. I'll give you another nice point here. When they are not working as this, I'm talking about the Vinita, the quality Vinita, politeness or the calmness. Then when the six senses are not working the way they were working, they are not working as organizations anymore. They are not producing anything. How they behave? They are behave just as senses, nothing else. They are not working as organizations. They are just looking at the things as they really are. So that is the real job they should do without harming the system. That is exactly what they are doing now. Now this person has developed so many things, so many qualities. The entire system is calm. Why? Who is supporting? The six senses are not working as organizations. They are working as sensors only. Eyes are working as eyes. Ears are working as ears. Just, here. That's it. No more. So it's sanya, rupa, vedana, sanya. Yes, I identified that through my eyes. I identify the sound through my ears. I identify the smell through my nose, and so on and so forth. Just they are no more. They are working as sensors only. Buddha says in Magadhi, Indriya, I have written there. Indriya, they are working as sensors only. Indriya means 6 Indriya. Indriya is the term used by Buddha. So they are working as Indriya, not as organizations.
Yeah.
Which is a very plus point to calm down. So they are not coming to help us to get the hurtful thoughts. No, they are not helping
Yes.
anymore.
Yes.
That is called Vinita. So Vyakta, Vinita, Visharada. Then when they are not helping us, eventually, automatically, this system gets the skillfulness, develops a skill to retain that intellectuality, to see how it was working earlier with the outside world, now what is happening. So it's easy to weigh the two situations very well. Now see, I'll give you another point. Until our 6 senses are not working as sensors, if they are working as organizations, we cannot look at the real situation when they are working as sensors, because never worked as normal sensors. They were working as organizations all the time. So that person cannot weigh the two situations. Can you understand what I said?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is what this person has developed. So that's a cause and effect again. You see? It's a cause and effect. But that
Yes.
Vinita helps to weigh the two, to assess the two situations when they are working as organizations and when they are working as normal sensors. Now I think you understood that part.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's all right. So, yeah, Bill, okay. Bahusruta means intellectuality, as I said. So you enhance your ability to deal with the things peacefully. That comes from that again. Visharada. Dhammadhara, you know exactly what to contain, what not to contain. And you know what to contain to go along this path to get the final goal or achieve the final goal. Dhammadhara, Dhammanu, Dhamma Patipanna. Patipanna means your path. Patipanna, with containing things. There is a good example given by Buddha. I just mentioned that and stop. Buddha said there is a cart pulled by 2 cows. 2 cows are pulling this cart. All right?
Yeah.
There are 2 cows which are fixed onto this particular cart. They are asked to pull this cart. Cart is full of things, very heavy. Okay?
Yes. Yeah.
When they are moving, they have to put a lot of strength, and it's very hurtful. So Buddha says, if your cart, which is your interior, is full of unwanted things, it is very heavy. It's hard to push by yourself. There is all sort of problems. That is example Buddha given to us. So I said we discuss in the Paranimetta Sutra, the system becomes not heavy, very lightweight. So that is the point that Buddha has made here as well. So this person knows what to carry, what not to carry. If you carry the hurtful things, the system is going to be very heavy. Otherwise, it's not going to be heavy at all. All right?
Yes.
Make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening. I will stop here. I think I have said 2 points. First one is 7 factors of enlightenment and the qualities of a supreme monk, to become a supreme monk. So as we know, this Ratana Sutra is meant to become a monk. That is what we studied. Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Buddha is intellectuality, Dhamma is what to contain, Sangha is to become a supreme monk. So if you are going to become a supreme monk, finally, you're going to have these qualities. That's what Buddha said to the world.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, if you have got any questions, please bring them next time. We'll meet you on Monday if you don't mind, because I need bit of rest, please. All right?
All right.
We'll see you on Monday. So today is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I need bit of rest and we'll start on Monday. All right?
All right. All right. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for listening carefully. And, try to figure out what these things are. Is a great thing,
Mm.
We are working as a group, everybody. There is no teacher here. All our teachers, all our listeners, that is how it is to be done. So there is a saying that teaching is listening, teaching is learning. Teaching is not just, dictating. No, I don't believe in that. All right? So teaching is learning. So I have learned a lot. So when I repeat these things, I also learn, it will repeat within my system. It helps me to go through that again and again. All right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank you.
Dr. Bodhi.
Okay, thank
Have
you.
a good rest. Catch
Okay.
up next Monday. And I really had some questions to ask, but
Yeah.
next time.
Please
Okay.
bring them. Please bring them.
Yeah.
Write them down and bring them. We'll have a question session next Monday.
Okay. Next Monday.
Okay.
See you then. Take care.
All the best. Take care. Thanks.